Hey guys, this is Primeval, and today we're going to be going for a cultural victory on Deity, of course, as France. I gotta say that this start looks pretty promising. We've got marble and salt. Not a lot of hills, but it does look very good. Anyways, so our settings are Pangaea, standard size, standard speed, and Deity. And I think I'm going to go and settle on this hill here. That will get us closer to the cattle. It's still a river. And it does get us another salt. This is great. So the reason that I like hills is that hills increase the combat strength of a city, and they also get you one extra hammer for the city tile itself. So normally, had I settled on flat land, the city tile would be producing 2 food and 1 hammer, but on a hill you get 2 food and 2 hammers, so that's definitely nice and definitely worth moving your initial settler. Since we are on Pangaea, I'm definitely going to go for the scout first, and we'll set ourselves to production focus. Tech-wise, I'm going to start off with pottery. I am happy that we do have 3 desert tiles that we're going to be happy to be working. If I can, I'll grab Desert Folklore, and that'll be a good flow of free faith. We have 2 sources of salt, so going Earth Mother might also be a good option if Desert Folklore is taken. I really want to get a religion rolling, since for a cultural victory, if you can pass the World Religion resolution at the World Congress, you get a 50% boost for tourism in the Holy City. So that's definitely something that'll be helpful. As far as the game plan goes for the cultural victory, we definitely want to be building the wonders that get us theming bonuses, since that'll definitely make good use of our unique ability as France. So, as France, our unique ability is City of Light, which doubles the theming bonuses in museums and world wonders. So, in particular, the world wonders that I'm going to be trying to get are Ufuzi, which lets me display 3 works of art or artifacts, and the Louvre. So those are probably the most important wonders that I'm going to be trying to aim for. And depending on how the game goes, I'd like to pick up the Sistine Chapel and the Tower of Pisa. I likely will not be able to get both of them. We'll have to see how the game develops. And as we go forward, I'll definitely try to grab the Eiffel Tower, which is both thematically appropriate as France and also quite beneficial for the cultural victory. The first stop here is to try to get the shrine up so that we can get some early faith flowing, grab a pantheon that gets us more faith, and hopefully be able to found a religion. So here's a city-state. Ooh, perfect! And it's a religious city-state. We're the first to meet it, so not only do we get an extra 15 gold, but we get an extra 5 or 7 for faith. Yes. We get an extra 4 faith, and we, well, unless we find another religious city-state, we're a little closer to founding a pantheon, but we won't be able to get anything rolling until we get that shrine up. I'm also keeping an eye out for where I want to settle my second city. The other unique luxuries that we're seeing are gold. Gold would definitely be nice. We also have a mountain, which would be good if we could build an observatory. And there's the 2 wheat. If we do found Desert Folklore, then the second city would power out a whole bunch of faith as well. Let's go double scout. That scout will finish at the same time as we finish pottery, and then we'll start work on the shrine. salt. Okay, here is Polynesia's capital. So dropping a city over here might make them a little angry with us. Honolulu at 3 pop already. That's the way it goes when you're playing on Deity. There's 2 salt over here, so if I can settle the city somewhere over here, preferably on a hill for the, as I mentioned, enhanced combat strength, which will be particularly important for border city. But yeah, if we could settle somewhere here, grab the gold, some more salt, there's wheat, that would be nice. There's another salt here. So we don't have a hill that would give us convenient access to all 3 of these salt. And settling directly on the salt is a huge waste, since salt, when improved with a mine, gives you +1 food and +1 hammer, which makes it the best luxury resource in the game. Okay, that's fine. I suppose if I was desperate, I could buy one of these tiles. Perhaps I will. It is a substantial improvement to the yield that I'm getting currently. Okay, so we do have a very close neighbor, and on Deity, that is generally a good thing. It's bad if they decide to get aggressive with you very early, but it's good in that you can start doing early trade routes with them, and the science you get from trade routes on Deity is huge. So if we were to get a trade route going right now, which obviously can't, but if we could, that trade route would get us something like 5 tech per trade route, or 5 beakers per turn, which doubles our science output, and is much more substantial than building the National College or a library, at least at this stage in the game. We're also lucky there to meet Manila first. We got an extra 15 gold out of that for a total of 30, and it's always curious the scouting patterns that the AI units take. Okay, so next up, I mean, we shouldn't complain too much. We haven't explored anywhere to the right, and for all we know, there's a city-state or a bunch of ruins sitting right there, and the AI is laughing at us for not grabbing it early. Anyways, that shrine that I was talking about, I'll get that rolling, and we'll go grab Animals Husbandry, and hopefully reveal some horses somewhere over here. Horses on plains is the normal spawning location. Yes, so there's a city-state right here, and I was not the first to meet that, so I'm sure my good friend Kamehameha is laughing at me for my erratic and poor scouting patterns. Oh man, so much salt. Yeah, I would like to settle a city right here to stop the Polynesians from grabbing that salt and claim it for myself. But unless we get a culture rune, I won't be able to get the free settler from Liberty too easily, so we'll have to hard build that. Here we'll just retreat to heal up, and then we'll have to go and try to clear out some of these camps. Okay, let's run this scout away from those barbs. And this is dangerous, but it's pretty much my only choice, except for backtracking and taking the long way around. But I think I'm going to risk potentially losing my scout here. Survive. Excellent. I'll keep on exploring then. And I could start on my settler right now. That'd be 12 turns. if I do want to claim these salts, I think that is what I'm going to need to do. Although, if I could grow one more... No, that wouldn't be very helpful. I don't have any tiles that a fourth or a third citizen in 4 turns would work to any great benefit. So let's start working on that settler right now. And continue exploring. Here's another city-state. We were the first to meet them, so that's very nice. There's another city-state here. We do have a lot of city-states nearby. And for our next tech, we'll go grab mining, so that once we have a worker, we'll be able to improve the salt. First to meet Samarkand as well. Some cotton to the east. Well, if I settle right on Polynesia's doorstep, they might not get mad right away, but they will eventually get rather upset with us. And if I want to be building wonders, I don't really want to be fighting wars. But on the other hand, these are such nice resources. Well, let's keep an eye on what's going on over there. Hopefully we can make a declaration of friendship first before we settle that city, and that'll mean that they'll be less upset with us, and hopefully we'll forget about our aggressive settling, at least for the first, say, 150 turns, while we get our necessary wonders up. Yes, greetings, Maria. And a goodbye. Okay, so there is this barbarian camp here, which should delay the Polynesians from settling in this direction. I'll probably drop a city right here. We'll have the river in the way. It'll add a little bit of a combat bonus should that city come under attack. I really would prefer a hill, but we don't have a conveniently located hill. And I think I might be able to get away with settling right there. Ooh, nice. Thank you, barbarians. So, the Polynesians did want to settle in this direction, but the barbarians took care of that for me. So that's pretty nice. And here, what I'm going to do is try to capture that barbarian settler. So I'll have a worker for myself, and it'll stop the Polynesians from settling a city, or at least delay them. And I should also mention that we're on all default settings, so it's not raging barbarians or anything like that. But given all the empty space we have, there probably are a lot of barbarians running around. So Maria is offering me 1 gold per turn for an embassy, and I'll gladly accept that. Okay, so these barbarians are running away. That camp was already cleared, and actually that they are running, possibly towards this encampment, works out really well for me. 1, it gets that settler away from the Polynesians, and 2, it actually brings it towards my capital, where I'll eventually want that worker to be. Oh, and perfect. The Polynesians actually dealt almost the killing blow to that warrior. People with the pointiest sticks, that is not us. And here we have a free worker. Awesome, so we'll take it. And we didn't even have to declare war on a city-state, so that was very lucky. Very, very convenient. I mean, this sort of thing happens all the time, but you certainly can't count on it. So we'll send this guy back here. We'll go take open terrain, fortify hills there. I think this guy will be safe there, and I do want to keep an eye on this area since I do want to settle a city here. I suppose it would be safer if we were to settle on the hill. The city would be that much stronger. I could settle and then buy tiles. That would really make Polynesia angry. Well, let's hope that we can somehow get a declaration of friendship with Polynesia before we forward settle on them. Let's get the masonry going since we do have the marble. And even with finding that religious city-state first, we're still late to the Pantheon party. And we have been meeting a lot of female leaders. Everyone except for Polynesia has a female leader. Let's see, start mining that salt. Okay, more gold per turn for embassies, that's great. Ancient runes, barbarian encampments, that's not as great. Perfect. Yes, let's work together, and let's hope you don't get mad at me when I... forward settle on you and buy tiles right up against your borders. Okay, so send the settler forward. And what do we want here? We could use another worker, but we probably need some warriors to protect our tiles from those barbs. Archery would be better for that. Let's grab archery to help clear out some barbs, and instead of building a warrior, which I don't really want, I'll hold off for the archers. We'll go get our caravan up as early as possible and then start trading with Polynesia. Yes, Paris to Samoa, we are in range. That'll be excellent. Okay, things are working out quite nicely for us so far. So we'll drop a city right here. I have the money to buy tiles by my way to the firs. Hopefully we'll be able to get those runes. It'll be difficult since there are the two barbarian units here. Alright, so we'll go and found a city right here, which won't make the Polynesians very happy, but we'll buy our way to the unique luxuries, and that'll also, yeah, that's nice, so long as it doesn't make Polynesia extremely angry with us. Let's get a granary going. We'll also go production focus, lock down the salt. And we will try and deal with this camp, and then we'll come back and leave a unit in Orleans, since it's probably going to take a lot of damage there. Maybe the scout is done for. suppose if I survive one more range attack, I can run away, heal up, and then come back for the runes. But it was not to be. Okay, let's get a whole bunch of food. That does delay the caravan by 1 turn, but it gets me the new citizen 8 turns sooner. Ooh, the Great Barrier Reef. Okay, so we want to improve the other salt as well. And the Declaration of Friendship is covering up any negative influence that we might have with Polynesia. But once that Declaration of Friendship expires, they will remember that they aren't too happy about us A, settling near them, and B, buying tiles right beside them. Okay, someone's gonna build the Great Library. This guy is going to want to run away. And yeah, we'll go down legalism. I guess we'll get the free monuments. There's the Assyrian capital. Wittenberg targets an encampment down here. If I can go and build an army to fulfill all of these quests, that will be worth it. I should definitely try to get on that. There's Asser. I have 2 more players that I want to meet with the scout, hopefully before he gets killed by random roaming barbarians. And we can found ourselves a pantheon. Desert folklore is still available, but we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 sources of salt, 6, 7 if we found a city up here, which we likely will because there's the 2 fish as well, or 3 fish if we settle directly on the salt, which, as I said before, isn't something that I really like doing. Yeah, if we settle right there, we'll have access to 7 salt. So we could go Earth Mother then. Earth Mother would get us more than Desert Folklore. Okay, let's do it. Awesome, so now we're pumping 4 faith per turn, which as that amount increases, should be enough to get us a religion. And the Polynesians have not founded a pantheon, which means that they're likely not going to be founding a religion, which is good. If we can spread our religion to them, then they'll be much friendlier with us, and we might be able to maintain peaceful relations with them. So here I could set up a trade route from Paris to Samoa, but the pathing there is kind of risky until I can clear out that camp, so I think I would prefer to rebase that to Orleans. Let's see. Trade routes by gold. Orleans. I lose out on about 1 gold per turn, but I still get the 3 science. So let's go and do that. We'll change the home city to Orleans, and then we'll set up a trade route there to Honolulu, and hope that the Polynesians can take care of any barbs that might be wandering around in that area. There's another natural wonder. And Kamehameha wants to buy our salt, which I'm perfectly happy to sell him, and hopefully that'll further increase our good relations. Let's get over to the correct side of the river, and we'll definitely go and lock down that salt. It's definitely the best tile yield that we can get there, especially with the extra faith. Okay, 2 salts hooked up. Let's go for the cattle. And open a trade route with Honolulu. Samoa would be even safer. Yes, let's go with Samoa. We don't want to have that caravan pillaged by any barbarians. Okay, so we're getting 3 science per turn there, which is a 33% increase to our science, which is very substantial. Go get that pasture rolling. That all looks fine. Juice production. Up next, we'll go for, well, trapping would let us get the furs online. But sailing gets us another trade route, and that means another 3 or 4 science. So let's go for sailing. We'll build another caravan and trade between Orleans and Honolulu, or Paris and Samoa. Okay, excellent. Carthage is pleased that we're friends with the Polynesians. Could go and deal some damage right now. But we should probably pull back here, or take the instant heal and continue our assault. Minor defeat. Do it anyways. And which city-state wanted us to clear that? Manila. Let's go and pledge to protect them. And it just so happens that Paris wants furs, so we'll try to get that hooked up as soon as possible. Monarchy for another golden happiness boost. And up next, so right now, let's go work on a settler. We'll settle him on this hill with access to more salt. Yes, let's work together. Okay, so continuing to deal damage here. We can clear this camp right now, but then we'll lose the warrior. Let's run away, heal up, and let our pledge to protect raise to the maximum level, which is 5 influence. Okay, so the scout should probably take some time to heal up if I do want to have him go the full distance of meeting the other 2 remaining civs. Okay, our archer was bombarded by a hand axe. We can go and clear that now. I'd like to wait a couple more turns to get up to the full pledge to protect resting point with Manila. Okay, choose technology. Let's go and grab writing then. And we do have a bunch of gold. It might be enough to go and purchase a caravan. Not quite. Resource list, we could go and sell salt to, let's see. Well, let's see if these guys would like a declaration of friendship. They do not. I am friends with Maria, so I can sell this for a lump sum plus gold per turn, 243 for...
Ireis considerar
Okay,
esta oferta.
that's good. So each luxury resource sells for about 240 gold, so you can make that up with some mix of lump sum gold and gold per turn.
Anok חשבתי ברוויד.
Okay, so now they want to work together as friends, but we've already sold our luxury resource. Okay, let's walk forward here, deal some damage. And why don't we wait here until we have a few more hit points. And here we can go trade with Honolulu for another 3 gold, or 3 science per turn, so now we're getting a total of 6 beakers per turn from trade routes, which is substantial. That'll help push us through these techs a whole lot quicker.
Im Namen des großen deutschen Volkes heiße ich euch willkommen.
Alright,
Was
so...
habt ihr gesagt?
So there's this weird bug where the cursor is replaced by this globe hourglass thing, which makes it very difficult to select the gold per turn amount.
Nein.
But it's possible. It's just, for whatever reason... Okay, there we go. Propose, accept, great. So yeah, it's kind of an annoying glitch. It happens whenever the AI approaches you on their turn, instead of you approaching them. But, on that note, we'll leave part 1 here. And I'll see you guys in part 2.